Welcome to The Bad and the Ugly.
Because there's nothing good about it. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about movie budgets. A movie budget essentially covers the cost of everything that involves making a movie, be it the cast, the directors, the producers, all the equipment needed and necessary for the movie to be made. Throughout history, cinema's budgets have changed rapidly over the years. What can you tell us about the biggest budgets, Rebecca?
Well, 1 billion is the said budget for Avengers Infinity War for the both films, and 200 million of that is going to Robert Downey Jr. alone.
1 billion is how much the first Avengers made at the box office.
And hopefully with how much it is going to cost, it means grand sets, special effects and obviously an amazing array of actors. As inflation increases and technology grows, obviously budgets has to as well. The 60s saw Cleopatra with such a massive set that cost overall $31 million to create.
And it ended up being the biggest box office flop of its time.
Sometimes a big budget doesn't mean a big payout.
Foolish Wives was the first movie to reach $1 million budget, and keep in mind, this was in 1922.
Nowadays, 1 million to 3 million is actually a low budget for a film.
But now that we've spoken about big, grand budgets, how about movies that actually have no budgets?
Coming on the list, which was the biggest budget film of the 20th century, is Titanic with a $200 million budget. $40 million went into a full-scale replica of the Titanic. Even with inflation differences, it probably would have cost less to actually sink the Titanic again and film that. That is how big the budget was.
A grand amount of that budget went into creating the interior sets necessary for the Titanic. During filming, those sets had to be destroyed as they were filled up with water during the Titanic's sinking.
It got $2 billion at the box office, so actually is one of the highest grossing films.
But keeping this big budget in mind, one must ask themselves, could a movie like this be made with practically no budget? My friends, let's find out.
Too bad, Jack. I'm gonna let go, Jack.
Well, that might have ruined your perception of the Titanic, but let's go on to The Shining. The Shining had a somewhat big budget, with the estimate being between $15 million and $20 million. But seeing it's a staple in pop culture, you could set a somewhat small budget. Interior shots shot in Elstree Studio, London, there was all real size sets and were inspired by actual hotels.
The grand budget for this movie came from the fact that the scenes were constantly being reshot at the behest of Stanley Kubrick. Because of this, filming took a little bit over a year and a half to complete entirely. Some scenes were shot at least 80 times. I recall that the exterior shots were shot at Timberline, Oregon.
If you go now, it likely isn't going to look the same. The maze was actually filmed at Elstree. And as well for the fact all the snow was fake.
Well, without further ado, let's do our version of a no budget of The Shining.
Hello, Daddy. Come and play with us. Come and play with us, Daddy. Forever and ever and ever.
Tony, I'm scared. Just remember what Mr. Halloran said, Daddy. It's just like pictures in a book. It's not real.
Pigs, little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair of your chin, chin, chin. Puff, I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. Here's Johnny.
The film actually was a hit though, with 44 million at the box office.
This was despite being poorly received, even by the author of Stephen King. But now, it lives on as a classic, much beloved by horror fans everywhere.
But probably not our version. In no doubt, you can definitely say that a big budget can count for a lot. Grander sets, better special effects, and even better actors. You can get a lot with having a bigger budget.
Big budget doesn't always guarantee success. There's plenty of movies out there with no budgets whatsoever that have turned out to be fantastic successes. For instance, Halloween, $375,000. Made how much at the box office, Rebecca?
47 million. And that is all we have time for today. So, tune back in for the next episode. Thank you for watching, and this has been The Bad and the Ugly.
Because there's nothing good about it.